We're live. Okay, hey guys, welcome to the show. What are we going to be talking about today? We're going to design the curriculum of the future. A lot of you guys are self-taught designers, self-taught creatives, and you need some help. And I'm going to help you right now, okay? I also want to talk about this question that I got after yesterday's live stream, which was, why should we teach? What's the point of teaching? Are we just going to enroll more people that want to do what we do and therefore not getting any clients? And that's the concern. And obviously what you're trying to do right now is to build a business. So it's good to do things to help other people, but at the end of the day, does helping other people help you? So I want to talk about that a little bit before we talk about the curriculum design. Look, we're rolling live here. There's no safety net. This is unscripted. This is unedited. This is raw. All right, we're back. Is my lighting okay? You guys? I look all right? Okay. I look like a Martian on this monitor right now. We need to get this calibrated. I've got a bunch of people here in the Zoom room. Can we give people who want to join the Zoom conversation the link? Post it in YouTube and Facebook. They're here. They're ready to go. We don't cut to these guys yet. Take them up. There we go. Make sure you guys post it in the comments so you guys can join the Zoom room. Make sure you're muted. You're muted by default, so do that, please. Before I get into episode 2, I just want to introduce the entire team. And we're going to start with Otto. Where's Otto?
I'm here.
Otto, he's been away. He's at yearbook camp. He's back on the show. And in case you guys are wondering if there's slave labor here, if we're working with underage minors, and the answer is yes, we are, totally. Otto's my son. He's 13 years old. He's back from yearbook camp. How was yearbook camp, buddy?
Good.
Don't be too talkative. You know, you're going to kill us with a conversation.
One-word answers. This isn't an interrogation, man.
Come on, talk to us. How old are you?
I'm 13.
And didn't you win some kind of award or something?
Yeah, we won best theme packet, and we also won best copy.
Excellent, good job. I missed you, and I'm glad you're back on the show. Okay, and next up is Miss Molly. Molly, tell the people.
I'm Molly. I'm a designer here at the Futur, and I'm super excited to be here.
Awesome, Molly. Molly art directed this whole set. The reason why they look so good right now is because Molly's on top of it. All right, look at those posters. Those were designed by Emily Shea. She's also another designer here, and we're loving the design. And next up is Aaron. Aaron, say hello to the people.
Hello, everyone. I'm Aaron. I run the show here. So as you can see, I'm in the middle, so that should say everything.
Is that right?
Yep.
I cut the show.
You also
do
cut the cheese?
things. Yeah. Anything that needs to get done, I do it. So
Cut master.
That's
All
it,
right,
yeah.
Aaron, everybody wonders, are you high right now?
I'm not high.
Are you stoned?
I'm just like this all the time.
That's why your Instagram handle is Sleepy Castle, right?
Right.
There's something more to that or no?
No more to that. No.
Okay. All right, next up is Mr. Mark, and he's wearing the shades. He's too cool for school. Look at him. He's got the, what are those things called?
Deal with it.
Deal with it? All right, let's get into the show. And Molly, you're running the board, right? So you're going to admit people when they come in?
Yes, I'm doing it right now.
There, thank you. Don't fall asleep on the wheel
I
or
won't.
at the wheel. Okay. Let me talk to you guys about teaching and why it's so important. And I've been teaching for over 15 years. I've taught at Art Center. I've taught at Otis. I've lectured at Cal Arts and all over the world now. I love teaching. It gives me a great sense of satisfaction. I think it's a really important job. But we're talking about the business of design here, so I don't want you to be thinking you just do it because it feels good. It's nice that it feels good, but let me talk to you about some of the reasons why you might want to be teaching. When you teach, you are first of all opening the door for everybody that wants to do what you do. So if you're a great photographer, a lettering artist, if you're a graphic designer, you know, you got to pay it forward. You got to help other people and they're going to come in. But when you teach, it does something wonderful for you up here. It helps you to know your own creative process so that you can kind of design your creative recipe so that you have something that's repeatable with predictable results that are good. And when I started to teach, I got a big confidence boost because I wasn't sure what I knew. I felt like I knew a lot of things, but it wasn't until I met other people who were hungry for information, who wanted to learn things from me, that I was able to share it with them, that I realized myself, wow, I know quite a few things. And I'm able to help other people. And when I see that look on their face, like, this is amazing, you're really helping me to break through here. And that was amazing. How do you know that? So they start asking you lots of questions. and it forces you either to learn more to answer their questions, or it helps you to articulate what you already know. And that's a really wonderful thing. So as you teach more, you learn more about yourself and your own process, therefore making it easier for you to document this stuff at some point. And it establishes you as an expert. Now, I want to share 2 or 3 brief stories here, and then we're going to dive into the curriculum design, and we're going to do it live together, okay? This is totally interactive. Recently, within the last month and a half, several people have reached out to me who have been bombarded with all our content, whether it's on Instagram or on Facebook, which is, I assume, where people are seeing us. People I've been in contact with over 10 years who are reaching out to me, people that I've known and worked with since the beginning, since the 90s, who I haven't heard from in a really long time, reaching out and saying, hey, I really respect what you're doing. I love the content. I think we need to sit down and we need some help with our branding, our marketing. What do you think of our social media game? I see you're doing it. I see you're on the edge with this live stream stuff. Maybe we should be doing it. Can you help us design and tell our story? So there's business opportunities there. There's a former tenant of ours who reached out to me and says, I don't understand what it is that you're doing at all, but I love it and I think I need it. This is also opening doors for me to go and speak and further establish myself as an expert. And this is awesome. And now I'm getting paid to speak. So I'm getting paid to talk to people. And that's an awesome place to be. It makes me really happy. Okay, and that's why you should teach, all right? And so don't look at it as competition. Don't think it as hiding or hoarding your resources. That's not a good thing for our community. We need to band together to help each other out. Okay, enough of the sermon. Let's dive into this. Can we cut away from me for a second? And then we're going to cut to the Zoom screen and then to me. So cut away, like look at yourselves, you guys. I have a little wardrobe change I got to do. All right, you guys know what to do. All right, let me get this thing on here. You guys can talk. You guys realize there's 4 of you and just 1 of me.
Did you guys understand what we're talking about today?
Yeah, I understand. And then we have some comments saying the future is like God for designers.
Thanks, guys.
I like that one. Let's see.
I love that.
Someone wants to know, how do you decide when to be a teacher? And what is the difference between a mentor and a teacher?
All right. Aaron, cut back to me. All right, guys, welcome back. I'm wearing a mask today. Why am I wearing a mask? Well, there's a couple other people on the Zoom call with me. They're also wearing masks. We're just having a little fun today, you guys. Cut to them. You guys see them? Let me hide the. I can't even see. I'm without my glasses, and so I'm gonna take off this mask. Okay. And the reason why, don't cut to me yet. The reason why I do this kind of stuff. Okay. The reason why I play little games like this, because one of our core values is to have fun and create a little weirdness. When you don't take yourself too seriously, you encourage creativity, you encourage risk-taking and people to make mistakes, and to be able to be okay with yourself being a little bit of a fool. And I'm okay with that. And have all these people. So I'm going to zoom in on their screen here. Let me see. How do I do that? Well, keep your mask on, you guys. Let me see. I'll pin this video so you can see that. I don't know who that is right now. I can't see your name.
You guys got some great masks.
Yeah, he's got a great
there.
mask. Let me
That's
try
awesome.
this person. This one is an awesome mask. Hold on. Look at this. We need a better lighting on you, Wolf Boy. We can't see. There we go. Awesome, awesome. Okay, let me go to Scott, who I do know. Scott's awesome. Look
Anonymous.
at him.
Is it the Black Hat Hacker?
All right, who else? Who else has got a? He's doing a fist pump. Okay, this one, last minute mask. We'll call him last minute mask man. Look at this guy. Awesome.
Cut to Rachel.
Rachel. Okay.
I like her mask.
I can't tell. Okay, where's Rachel? There. Oh, Rachel's so good.
It's great.
So good. I have one just like this. And where's pin video? Boom. Can you pin them for me?
I love it, Rachel.
Molly, can you pin them for me?
Oh, like bring it up?
Yeah, you can you? You want to pin them?
In video, yes.
Pin the next mask. Who is this?
Oh.
Can you do it or no?
Yeah, I can. Hold on.
The internet's waiting.
I think.
All right, Molly.
I don't know.
Molly can't do it. She's new to Zoom. All right, I don't know who this is. Look at this mask. This is like ghetto mask, right? Straight up. This is just take a piece of paper and smash it on your face. Awesome. All right. Okay. One more person. We'll do one more. It's Shabane, right? I'm going to pin the video. Here we go. She can't see with this mask on. Shannon, double check. There's another mask. What do we call that? All right. Okay. Enough goofing around, like, guys. Let's get into the curriculum design. I'm going to share with you guys right now, and I'm going to ask that everybody on Zoom stay muted until I prompt you. And if you need to take off your mask, this is now a good time in case you're dying under that. It's hot here in LA. I wonder if it's really hot everywhere else. Thank you for participating, you guys. And Molly, did we do a weird dress-up day? Like, did we all come in pajamas, or did we dress up in costumes or masks or anything in our class?
Not really.
Not
no,
really?
Never. No, you never
man.
said that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be.
Easy there, Tiger. All right, I'm going to share my screen with the Zoom people. And I guess I'm going to hide this. Oh, okay, we're going to zoom in here on Zoom. Okay, let's talk
Easy
about
there,
what
Tiger.
we need to learn. All right, I'm going to share my screen with the Calibrate Zoom. Not now. I'm in the middle of working. Yo. Okay, so what do we need to learn? What do we need to learn in the 21st century? What are skills for creatives? So I'm going to write this thing down here. Where's my, come on. Why is it not working? There we go. Here's the curriculum. And hopefully I can spell this correctly. Is this how you guys spell it? Oops.
That's correct.
Thank you. For the 21st century. You guys don't have to give me the silent treatment. Remember, there's 4 of you and just 1 of me as I'm writing, okay?
We're just so focused on.
What are you
writing.
focused on?
We're focused on doing our jobs, man.
What are you guys doing?
We're making the ship doesn't
Can you
sink.
guys walk and chew gum at the same time or what?
A lot of tech going on here.
All right, keep your fingers on the button. Okay, here's what I'm thinking, guys, and I'm gonna design it with you. And if you guys on Zoom have a question, feel free to ask or comment, okay? I'm thinking, okay, so since we're mostly creative in this room, I'm gonna say design is a big part of this. And Molly, what do you think the other 2 parts should be? What is the 21st century creative person need to know?
Business.
Okay, I like that. So I'm going to call that entrepreneurship. How did you know how to say that?
Me.
Yeah, how did you know?
A lucky guess, I guess.
Lucky guess? That's a good
No,
lucky guess.
I mean the future. I mean.
What could the future be about
Yeah.
for Christo? Business, design,
Business,
branding.
design.
We got
I'm getting
two
really
things there
predictable.
already.
It's too predictable, huh?
A little
Okay,
bit.
entrepreneur rush. Entrepreneur.
You are.
My brain froze. There we go. What do you think the last thing is?
Like self.
Yeah, so,
Self-
you know, all that
Confidence.
stuff Molly's into.
Soft skills.
The soft skills? Well, I'm going to call it marketing.
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
See that coming.
I guess.
You saw that coming? You saw it coming, right? So
I thought,
I'm thinking,
those are all kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
and all of this is self, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
How would technical skills fit in that? Design?
Yeah. That's.
What
Well,
about like
no, hold on.
mindfulness and, you know,
Well, that's
relationship?
self. That's
Yeah, so
self.
let me
But
write
that's like not in
mindfulness.
one of the circles there.
No, because I don't know. That's just a class that you can take or a program I can design. It's through experience, and I think it's about maybe I don't know. How do you become more mindful?
Can't you bake that into how
I
you do
feel like-
those 3 things?
I don't know. Can you?
I think you can. That's what you do.
I think it's part of soft skills.
I think.
Well,
Molly, what are we gonna say?
no, I agree with you. I just think that's all a part of it. It's just with age, I feel.
Just with
Like,
age. Yeah.
you
Like you
grow.
can gain these things,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get into each one of these things. Now I have some notes here. I do have some notes. Okay. So let's first talk about design. This one's gonna be deep, you guys. I'm gonna get into each
we're
one
ready.
to know about design. Okay. So I'm retracing now my steps from Art Center. I realized I learned a lot of things from Art Center, and there are certain things I didn't learn, and I want to cut out the fat, so to speak, and then just put in all the meaty stuff. And there's probably a lot of things I'm gonna forget. So let's try and design this together. So those of you guys that are paying attention to this on our Facebook, our YouTube, or our Twitch stream, feel free to comment. Molly, Otto, Aaron, Mark, they're going to be looking at the comments. So you guys, if you feel like there's a worthwhile comment for me to add to this, to be part of the conversation, just shout it out, okay? So
Okay.
let's go. Let's dive into design. What do you need to know about design? So I'm going to go, okay? So here we go. I'm going to say you need to know lettering. Now, luckily for us, Molly,
Yeah.
there was like lettering 1, there was lettering 2, and maybe even
Up
3.
to 5.
Yeah. Well, they renamed the courses so that it's a little deceptive. So I say lettering is a very important skill that's going to help you design logo types and things like that. And then next is typography, and a lot of people mistakenly describe the two as the same thing, including the school that we went to, right? So maybe you need typography 1, 2, 3, etc. You can't have enough or too many type classes.
Yeah.
Typography 1, 2, and 3.
I still want to take it.
It's the same
Right.
thing,
So
including
I
the
think
school
you also
that we
need
just
some
that we
drawing
went to,
courses.
right? So maybe you need
Drawing.
typography 1, 2, 3, etc.
And
You
what do you need to
can't
know
have
in
enough
drawing?
or too
What do you
many
think?
type classes.
Did you take some
Typography
drawing
1, 2,
courses?
and 3.
Me?
Molly?
Yes,
Yeah.
I took. Yes.
Like what?
Well, I took like the figure drawing
Yep,
class,
figure
and then
drawing.
I also took VisCom at my last.
Yeah, VisCom. VisCom's
And-
awesome.
Yeah, that was an elective, but I felt like I needed that.
You probably have some good drawing skills then, huh?
Well,
Not a lot of
you
designers
need
take
to-
VisCom.
No, I mean I need to practice.
Yeah?
It's been a long time.
Okay, I adjust the mic here. So that's good. And then did you take any perspective drawing classes?
Well, that was what my VisCom was.
Okay.
It was all. Do you know Bob Hunt?
I do not.
Oh, he's really good.
Yeah. Okay, so you need to know how to draw the figure. You need to render and draw products and shapes. You need to understand some basic principles of perspective. So that's drawing, okay? Next, let's do editorial. So
Yeah,
now I'm sure
layout.
some of our audience is thinking, gosh, I don't know any of these things, and I'm a graphic designer, so you have a lot of things to make up. You've heard me say this before, because you're a self-taught designer, that doesn't mean you just don't go to school. It just means you learned it without having to pay in the traditional sense through tuition, okay? All right, then maybe there's like exhibit design. What's exhibit design, Molly?
Oh, exhibit. Like space. Let's see.
Museums.
Museums. Like environmental typography.
So then there's also environmental.
What does that mean, environmental typography?
Like type in spaces. So you're not talking about like pixels anymore. You're talking about feet. And
So
Oh, okay.
environmental, there's also referred to as wayfinding or signage.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's kind of what that's about. What else do we need to know? We need to probably do sequential design.
Yep.
That's editorial, right? Oh, I'm sorry, that's not editorial.
Motion. Well,
Motion, right? So that's like storyboarding.
but you don't. A designer doesn't need to know all of that. You can pick what area you want to focus on, right?
What?
I mean, sequential design, like in Art Center, we touch on that, but you don't like really go too deep into it if you don't want to do it.
Okay,
Just
sure.
to-
So I'm just gonna lay out what I think every designer needs to know if I were king of the universe.
okay.
Okay, and then how deep you go into these things is kind of up to the individual. All right, so let's keep going here. So I'm going to say now we're going to do identity design. We're going to take all those skills that we learned in lettering and we're going to do identity design. Okay? And then, of course, identity, we're going to do branding. Now, that's a lot more difficult than identity design because it includes messaging and all these other things. What else? Maybe web design? Web and app design?
Yeah.
So that means you got to do
Interaction.
UX, you got to do UI. There's a bunch of things in here. Maybe you have to design like landing pages to understand the theory behind that. Not just for it to look good, but for it to convert and to do something. I know a class that I took and I enjoyed a lot, and I think you do as well, Molly, is packaging, right?
Yes.
So there's
I love
packaging 1, 2, and 3.
that.
Oops. Let me undo that. Let me draw that correctly. So there's a lot of stuff in here. Then I think maybe we need to do some 3D visualization. So you have to learn some software. You have to learn how to model a little bit, and you have to learn how to render. Okay, how does this feel so far?
That's basically all 7 terms at Art Center.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
What was the 8th term? We're missing a term here.
Portfolio. I don't know.
Oh, portfolio. Okay, I'm gonna do something called maybe studio projects, where I think you work on real world briefs,
Yeah.
and maybe there's like 1, 2, and 3. This is like all putting it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Was one of the 3 circles like storytelling? Is that
Stories
part of
in here.
design?
Stories in here, dude.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it. Sorry.
Well, when we talk
Sequential.
about sequential design, we talk about storyboarding and stories.
Okay.
Okay.
Someone's saying color theory.
Oh, color theory?
That's
Uh,
the basic.
What do you think?
I mean, that's your first term. Like, I don't know.
What do we call that? Just design principles. That's what we'll call that, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Like composition, layout.
I can teach you everything that I learned in color theory in 1 hour. I don't need to spend a whole semester on that.
It's true.
So, color theory. What else?
Mm.
Color theory, maybe basic things like the grid. Oh, you know what? We forgot. We forgot design history.
Oh yeah.
Someone says identity design.
It's already
That's
on
in
here.
there.
Hold on. I'll highlight it in a second. Design history. Identity design is right here. Okay. All right. Good. Thanks for pointing that out, Otto. So there we are. How do you guys feel about that? That's design.
Looks pretty complete list.
Yeah.
I mean, what does the internet think about that list?
Well, someone's saying that's a lot of stuff to know as a designer. We should have working knowledge of all these things while we specialize in something specific.
Yeah, so we're talking about school and we're not talking about how you present this stuff yet, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to center this a little bit here. Okay. You're right. This is a pretty daunting list. Those of you guys that are watching and paying, you can't even see my hat. I'm going to take that off. All right. Those of you guys that are playing along at home, why don't you go through and mentally check off on this list what you've learned. If you've taken a course, if you've gone deep enough, whether it's self-study, if you've taken a Skillshare class or something like that, how many of these things have you learned? And chances are not a lot, especially if you're self-study. And if you went to a design school that wasn't focused solely on design, there's a good chance too that you might have hit some of these topics but not gone really deep. And that's a problem. And how do you feel about that? What do you guys want to do? Before I go into the other two bubbles in terms of marketing and entrepreneurship, how do you guys feel? Let's have a conversation. So let me turn it back on to the Zoom people. Zoom people, what do you guys want to do? Before I go into the other two bubbles in terms of marketing and entrepreneurship, how do you guys feel? Have you guys have a conversation? Were you able to see let me turn it back on to the Zoom people. Yeah. Zoom people. You guys, anybody want to? What do you guys want to do? Before I go into the other two bubbles in terms of marketing and entrepreneurship, go ahead and unmute yourself if you want. How do you guys feel? Have you guys have a conversation? Were you able to? Let me turn it back on to the Zoom people. Yeah. Zoom people. You guys, anybody want to? What do you guys want to do?
Got a lot of people.
There are a lot of people. There's 30 people here. All right.
Hello?
Hold on. Let me turn
Hey,
you.
Chris.
Hey, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you guys some protocol. You guys do the digital hand raising. Okay, Jesus already raised his hand, so I'm going to unmute him. Let me unmute you, and I'm going to lower your hand and make you go big, okay? And then if you want to say something next, just raise your hand. Jesus, what do you want to say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course.
Loud and clear.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I want to say that in my case, I feel like in my school, it was like too much about administrating, like a company or something like that. But like every class kind of assume you will already master knowing about digital design, 3D modeling, and all that kind of stuff. But I feel that in order to kind of be prepared to sell a project, you need you kind of need to know more of those subjects deeply,
Okay.
so you can feel more sure about what you're selling
Great.
and the value that you're giving.
Okay. Excellent. Thanks for adding to the conversation. I'm going to give somebody else a moment to speak here. Switch to active speaker. All right, hold on. Let me go back to the grid here. So who's the next person here? Rachel. Rachel, lower hand. I'm going to unmute you and pin you. There you go.
Hey, Chris.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. So I did go to design school. It wasn't the best one, but I got a lot out of it. And I feel like we spent a lot of time learning the programs, like whole semesters, just learning Illustrator, InDesign, Photoshop. And that was good because it gave me enough skills to get my first job, but I got there and I realized I didn't know anything.
Okay.
So my favorite classes were the design classes and the like painting, drawing color wheels, that kind of thing.
Great.
But didn't get a whole lot of that.
Okay. So Rachel, thanks for doing this. I want to respond to that a little bit. I think in the 21st century, the reason why I didn't include any classes or I didn't write down anything about the tools that you use, because there are very efficient ways to learn how to use the tools. And I'm not sure it's wise to spend that on, in terms of like a full tuition. You can learn this on Lynda. You can learn it by working with any one of the people that we're friends with, from School of Motion, MoGraph Mentor. You can learn it from Learn Squared. You can learn it from Grayscale Gorillas class with Nick Campbell, all that kind of stuff. So I think, especially now, as you're a 14-year-old, 15-year-old person, you can just go on the internet and learn all this stuff, most of it for free or very little money. So I think it's a cop-out to me, and I hate to just say this, and I'm not trying to say anything disparaging about the school that you went to, but just to teach you the tools, that's really not going to make you a designer, because you need to learn critical thinking, you need to learn design principles, how to work with typography, you need to know why you would want to use this color versus that color for what you're trying to communicate, right?
School for me was 15 years ago, so it was different landscape then. But
it's true.
21st century.
Totally true. We're doing it for the 21st century, right? You look very young, so I just thought you graduated 3 years ago. Okay, good for you. Good genetics. It's all good. Okay, I'm gonna go to somebody else. All right, let's see.
Chris, to her point, would you draw a line between the foundational skills and the application skills that you can just pick up online?
So my story is quite a bit.
Hold. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Is it Alex? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So with the past question, would you just consider there's a difference between the foundational skills and the applicational skills that you could just pick up online and learn? You're saying to focus on the foundation because that's where you should spend your money.
Hold on, I gotta mute everybody here. People are driving me crazy. Molly.
I know.
Molly, come on, get on it. Be Johnny on the spot there. Okay. So I don't really truly understand your question, Mark. It's the foundational skills. What are you considering foundational?
So like the people skills, like you said, art history, what you learn in drawing.
Yep.
Those type of skills versus learning specific applications that you can just
the
pick up
tools.
online,
When you
the
say
tools.
applications, you're talking about tools. Okay, now go ahead. Now I understand. Applications versus foundation. Now, what's your question?
Yeah, so the question is, are you recommending that people spend their money on those foundational skills and learn those technical skills somewhere they could learn it free online?
Okay, great question. So let me repeat it for the Zoom audience. Mark is asking, if I'm saying learn the tools online, how do I feel about learning the foundational skills? Where should you learn that from? So here's my thing. If you can learn anything free, I would go with that option first. If you can learn anything by reading a book, that's also a very good option. And if you can watch a video on YouTube or somewhere else, that's a great option. I'm not an advocate for spending money just to spend money. I don't really care very much and think highly of degrees and diplomas. They don't really mean anything. If you're good, your portfolio says you're good. And it doesn't really matter what school you went to at that point. Okay? That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. So what we're trying to do here, and I think a lot of people are trying to do the same thing, is to take some of that foundational stuff that was previously only accessible via a private 4-year education, and they're going to take that and start to teach it and disseminate it to the world in a model that's scalable, so it makes sense for them from a business point of view, but they can reach a lot more people. And that's the goal, I think. Okay, so let's go to Jay. Jay, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Hey,
what do you think?
well, I was saying for me, my situation was a bit different. Being from a small island, it's not the best design school either, but we had pretty much covered everything that you wrote down. And as much as sometimes I would complain, I was thinking, you know, maybe I got more value online. We actually were getting, like, not the best, and it wasn't as good as online, but we covered pretty much everything that you had listed. We didn't dive as deep into like 3D stuff, but pretty much everything.
Okay, that's a really good point that you're bringing up, Jay. So Jay, mute yourself. So what Jay is saying, what I'm hearing is, yeah, we covered it, but maybe it wasn't taught by the best teacher, or we didn't go deep enough. So that to me is almost like not covering it, to be honest. You have to be taught by what I think are the best teachers, the leaders, the people who have been doing it, who have real experience doing these things and have practiced it for 10,000 hours. Oftentimes, teachers, and you may know some of these teachers, they're kind of reading what they need to know the minute before they teach it to you. So that's not a person who's teaching from a deep level of experience. Yes, that's necessary, especially in very remote locations or when you don't have access to active professionals. That's what you have to do, but that's not ideal. Seth Godin talks about this, and I agree with this concept in that shouldn't we just bring in the most experienced, the best teacher and videotape them and have them teach the course one time? Not everybody needs to teach you how to draw with Illustrator. We just need the best teacher to teach it once and then create a program and a school around that. That to me would be preferred, so that you can use classroom time to have a critique, to talk about the ideas and to exchange information, and sometimes have those serendipitous moments when you see something that's not related to your project and you start to daydream, and that helps you get past a creative block. I think that's where the human-to-human interaction is good for. And the rest of the stuff I think could be taught very effectively online. Of course, I have a self-interest in this, so I may be biased, and I admit that. Mark, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, so do you think the future of classrooms is a hybrid of both of those things? So people learning online, but we still need that interaction with people directly so that we can discuss these things.
Okay, so let me get into one of my core beliefs here. My core belief is people should be allowed to learn the way they want, in any which form. Some people want to learn just online, and they're really good at just extracting information, and their attention span is not so good, so they just jump to what they need, they grab it, and they go apply it right away. Some people need to be very hands-on, so they want real projects to work on, and that's how they learn. Some other people prefer a classroom experience with other students and real human beings in a room. And I think the school of the future is a hybrid of all these things, so it's tailored for how you want to learn. Now, when my kids were much younger, and we're looking into private schools for our kids, we get to see a lot of different philosophies on how you teach. So when you're out of the public school system, you have a lot of choice because you're paying a lot of money. And what's really interesting, the schools that spoke the most to me were the ones that were going to tailor the program for the student and not the other way around. What do I mean? How does one tailor the program around the student? So the school that my son goes to right now, Otto, who you just met a little bit ago, if you're really fast at math, if you're really good at math, then they would allow you to advance 3 grade levels within a single year. Or English or whatever else, or art. You can move as fast as you want, or you can stay in a subject for as long as you want. And that's totally up to each student. That level of adaptation and customization, to me, is the way you should be taught. Imagine if you're a really smart kid and you're working in math and everybody is moving in slow motion. That would frustrate you. You would act up. You would become disconnected. You would not feel like learning is fun anymore. And you'd just be sitting there twiddling your thumbs. So I think the model is a hybrid, and it should be tailored for the individual. Okay? So far, so good. Any comments or questions?
Yeah, I had
Go ahead, Ben.
Comment, Molly, anything good?
No, if not, don't force it. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
No, I was just thinking, like, that sounds like a good way to teach maybe kids that are really smart and ambitious. But what do you do with the kids maybe that aren't so smart and ambitious, that don't have a lot of direction? It's like, if you leave it up to me to decide what I want to learn, I'm just some dumb kid. I don't want to learn anything. So, like, maybe what do you do for those kind of kids? Which I think are most kids.
Okay, that's a dark view of children and the future of America.
I mean,
hold
on, you gotta most kids, want to just hang out and have fun and don't go to school.
Okay, fine. It's a valid point of view. It's a totally valid point of view. So for people on Zoom, Aaron is asking, what if you're not that motivated? Maybe you're a little easily distracted. You want to chill and hang out. What do you do for those people? So this is a tricky thing. I want to work with people who choose to learn. I only want those students. I don't want people to come here because they have to be here. And I've talked to Molly about this before in the classroom. I said, look, guys, I really don't care if any of you guys ever show up. I'm not your babysitter, and this is a very expensive babysitting experiment that you're running here. So don't show up. Don't do the homework. I don't really care. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me at all. I only want to spend time working with the kids who really want to learn. And I say kids, I'm sorry. I mean, they're adults at this point. They're in college, okay? And what do we do with students who don't want to learn? I think what we have to do is we have to focus in on the things that they are excited about. Let's say you really enjoyed Legos, and instead of making you do physics or math or English, maybe we just look at you as a person who thinks three-dimensionally and design a program or course just for you. And we have to adapt to your needs, Aaron. Let's say that you like to draw and you don't like to do math, which one of my kids, Matthias, he doesn't like to do much else but to draw. So I'd rather sit there and hire the tutors and just have him draw. I don't really care about all the other stuff. The STEM, the science, technology, and engineering, and math, right? I don't really care. I only want to tailor it for that person because it's my belief, and we've talked about this before, is everybody has a unique set of gifts and skills that makes them better than everybody else. Like a 1 in 6 billion chance that another person has the exact same set of combination of skills and gifts that you have. And so we're constantly fighting against that. We're trying to force everybody to become the average. And that really bothers me. I would rather have us focus in on what you're good at, pay more attention to the children and the people who want to learn, and teach them the way that they want to learn in the subjects that they care passionately about. That's what we should do. All right? Alan Watts was talking about this, and I'm not some student of Alan Watts, and I was just listening to one of the videos. I caught a little fragment, the fragment that stuck out in my mind. And my wife introduced me to Alan Watts. Alan Watts says, we should never work. We should just play. Our whole life should be designed around play. The trick is to get paid to play. And just think about that concept. Like, let it kind of sink in for a second. Are you doing something right now that you feel is fun? That you're having, it's almost like a sport or a hobby for you. And people will hit me up on Facebook and Twitter and ask me, like, how do you do it? How do you grind so many hours? What about your other life? And what are you giving up? And the truth is, I'm not giving up anything, because all of this stuff is play for me. I really enjoy this. I enjoy reading. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy sharing, and I'm watching people grow and having success. And I enjoy designing and making videos. So this is just play. Luckily for me, I was able to align all the different parts that make up who I am together so that I'm really powerful in all these little things. And I get paid really well just to do this. And that's an amazing feeling. It's something I wish for everybody that's watching this program right now. Okay? All right. Let's keep on designing the curriculum, okay? Let me just take a break from this. Brian, I'll come back to you in a second. I'm going to share my screen again and go to Photoshop.
Tony Lopez Arts donated.
Tony Lopez Arts, thank you, man. Appreciate your super chat.
He says in the Facebook group for logo.
You're not even speaking into the mic, buddy. It's amateur hour.
In the Facebook group for logo critique, can we just ban people who can't read directions? Like when they spam multiple logos?
Tony, I would. You're like, don't encourage me. I'm gonna Hulk out here, and you don't want to do that. There are people who don't read directions. He's talking about the future, feedback group where we critique logos and design. People don't follow directions. You know what? Different strokes, different folks. I'm just trying to be a more chill human being, so don't encourage me. Otherwise, I'll go bananas. Okay. Thanks, Tony, for your donation. I'm going to turn on the next layer here. Let's talk about the next thing, and we'll review all of this in a minute. Okay, back to my brush. Let's talk now about marketing. So I'm going to put up, oops, what happened there? Is that a schmutz there? Marketing. And then we'll get into entrepreneurship. And then I think you guys will see how all of these things line up. Okay, marketing. So what do we need to know in marketing? Now, I've extracted some things that I've learned in Art Center and I pulled it across. I wasn't in the marketing department, but I thought the communication design class, comm design, was very important. The class teaches you how to think with images, how to tell stories, how to combine images together to tell a bigger story. So comm design was really important. I think this is essential, that we need to take some kind of copywriting class. This is not English. This is copywriting, how to write headlines and subheads and body copy to engage people, to draw people in. I think we probably need to take some kind of advertising course. I don't know how many, maybe 3 courses in that, okay? I think in the future, in the day and age that we live in now, we have to learn how to do content marketing, also known as social media marketing, which I think a lot of people are starting to tune into now. This is a way to make money.
I think something that plugs into that, and a class that I took is related to the psychology of marketing.
Oh, okay, psychology.
Yeah.
Okay, the psychology. Oh.
Why people make choices.
Okay. Of marketing. You took that class, Mark?
Yep.
Okay. It's funny your name is Mark. We're talking about marketing. Okay.
Very funny.
Hey, shut up, Aaron. All right. And part of that, too, is like email marketing. We need to learn how to do that, how to write effective emails, like email campaign. And I think we have to look at this through the lens of conversion. What are our goals? The old marketing says we do a lot of stuff and it builds brand awareness. The new marketing says it's got to do something for me. It's got to. What are some goals of marketing?
Well, first we gotta measure it.
Okay, so we're going to measure. So we would call that like analytics.
Yep.
Analytics or metrics, right?
Right.
Okay.
And then we make decisions based on the data.
Okay. But what are we measuring? What kind of goal are we after here? Guys, give me a list.
Yep. We have like micro actions, so things like people following you on social media.
Okay. So social engagement.
Social engagement.
Give you their email or
Hold on. I can't write that fast. But you're right. Sign up.
sign up
We
for
want
our
them to sign up.
newsletter.
Okay, what else?
To buy something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or
Buy.
give me money.
Buy. Okay, give me money. Let's make it happen. What
Share-
else?
Sharing your content.
Share. Okay.
Like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram.
Right? That's all the social engagement, right? There's download. Maybe we want them to download a PDF or something. Maybe we want them to, what else?
Redeem a deal or coupon.
Okay, redeem coupon. Great.
This is good. Yeah. What else do you want?
You're asking that kind of in a confrontational voice there. What do you
No.
want?
No. I just was gonna say more, but basically, what else do you want people to do?
Well, all of this stuff sounds like we want people to take action. That's
Some
really
kind of
all it
action.
is. We want them to take action. Okay, so if I watch a TV commercial and
Yeah.
I see something really cool about Progressive Insurance, but I don't do anything, and yeah, it's a brand awareness, and that was a pretty funny spot with a pig, I haven't done anything. That's where I think the paradigm is shifting away from traditional marketing and advertising to the new marketing paradigm, which is what you do has to have consequence on the business. This is a concept that if graphic designers understood, they would apply their art and craft. Let me switch the thing here. Oops. Let me get into this. Hit tab. Sorry, guys. If we took all these skills, these foundational skills as we're referring to them, and what a lot of people would call the classical skills of design, and we looked at this in service of somebody taking an action, what we do becomes inherently much, much more valuable. What we do is less subjective and becomes more objective. Because everybody can say, look, I don't like that logo. I don't like that color. I mean, people say that about our logo. And they're like, man, I don't like the logo. You guys are terrible.
Someone just said that.
Yeah, thank you. See how I know these things?
Yeah.
Man, I don't like your logo.
Oh, you don't like this logo right here? This one?
Yeah,
This
you
one
don't
right
you
here?
don't
That's
have to
pretty
like
sweet,
it.
dude.
It's our logo,
Idiot.
man.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So I feel like you're saying back in the day, it was just about awareness, and they don't have to take any action. It's just like getting your name out, your brand out there.
Yeah.
So that's no longer important.
It's not as important as it used to be because now we have ways to measure effectiveness that are much more concrete.
Right.
If you come into the room and say, I'm going to charge you $20,000 to do a new logo because it's going to make your brand more premium, that it's going to make it more, like people are going to be more aware of it, that's really not going to help you in that argument because it's very subjective. What I want are butts in seats. I want people to order food. I want people to sign up to volunteer to fight for a cause. I want people to do something. So when we talk about communication design, we should have a goal. So now we're starting to think about this a little bit differently. If you guys are going along the ride with me here, okay? If you're going along the ride, then you need to maybe start with understanding the marketing goals, and then you learn the design stuff in service of that. Maybe this is a shift now. What do you think, guys?
That sounds good, yeah.
It's like a self-funding cycle, and I think that reminds me of a quote someone mentioned around here about Henry Ford. He said, someone who stops marketing to save money is like somebody who stops the clock to save time.
Well, that's deep, dude.
I don't get it.
Yeah, wait.
That needs some more explanation.
No,
for
it
me.
means never stop marketing.
Don't
Is
stop
what it
marketing.
says.
I mean, I get
Always
that, but
market.
what's the clock and the time?
No, it's
Well,
just
It's not going to do anything when you stop the clock.
Yeah.
Time's still ticking.
It's like-
just
So
a
when you stop the
representation.
marketing, the money still comes in? That's good.
Well, you don't want to stop marketing because your
Molly,
money
are
won't
you
come
letting
in.
people in the room?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
We got a
Too
donation.
cerebral for me.
We have a
Go
what?
ahead.
We
Give
got
me
a
a shout out.
donation from Patrick. He says, you have said to become specialized, and that's what you seek when you are looking to bring someone in. But most jobs seek well-rounded graphic designers per their job postings. Thoughts?
Ooh, dun dun dun.
Wait, Aaron,
Johnson,
say that again. I couldn't really understand Otto. Like, you need to not pause in middle of the sentence. It's hard for me to understand. Say it
Me
again.
or Otto?
Him.
Otto, go ahead.
What did he say?
another
No,
take.
no.
Try it
What,
again.
you're like, ooh, dun, dun, dun. So what did he say, Aaron?
He said that you're saying to specialize.
I am saying to specialize?
You have said in the past.
Yes, I have.
But he's saying in the question, the guy asking the question, that when he looks for job postings,
Yes.
he's looking for a job,
Yeah.
all the postings look for someone that's well-rounded. So how do you, what do you say about that?
Well, I'm sharing with you my opinion. You can do whatever you want. If all the job postings you see says well-rounded, we'll be a well-rounded person. Go for it.
No, Otto, help me out here.
Right? You go for it.
I mean, I even heard Ben Burns say the same thing. He's looking for someone that's kind of a jack of all trades, can do marketing, design, a little coding, website.
All right.
Well, I think that everyone needs to know most things in like a general form, but they should be specialized in one thing.
Right. I think he's agreeing with me.
Is he agreeing or arguing, Otto? What do you think?
I'm like in the middle. Like you should know everything, but you should be really good at one thing.
Well, what is he saying? I don't care what your position is. What is he saying? Otto? What is he saying? Can you read the... You guys are killing me.
He just wants your thoughts.
Well, I don't understand his thought for me to respond to his thought. We have to be clear about that first.
Well, he's asking you as a business owner.
Yes.
Like, if you can kind of channel, why would someone want a jack of all trades person? Is that really what the industry is like? Is that useful to you, a jack of all trades person?
Jack of all trades?
I don't think it's one or the other, though. I don't think it's black and
Well,
white.
okay. Let me clear this up. We got to move on.
Okay, let's move on.
No. I'm going to clear this up right now.
Okay.
And Otto, let's be careful. Understand the question and say it clearly. Just don't read it as you see it because it's very difficult and you're going to derail my whole line of thought here. Okay, so let's do this. So there's this debate. Should you be a jack of all trades or should you be a specialist? And you're going to have different thoughts on this. And I've said this very clearly before. When you market externally, you should be a specialist. But as you learn skills yourself, you should be a generalist. You don't invert it.
Sorry, say it again.
Okay? I know lots of things, but I'm not trying to tell the world I'm a skateboarder, I'm a volleyball player, and I like the UFC. I'm not doing all that stuff. I'm just telling them I do brand strategy, and I have a content education platform.
Okay.
So it's very simple for people to know what it is that we stand for. However, every single day of my life, I'm constantly learning new things and adding to the repertoire of who I am as a human being. So I might study philosophy or psychology. I might study things about how the mind works or be reading things about self-confidence. But that's not what I'm putting out into the universe. I'm not saying, hey, I'm a generalist. Hire me because I study a little bit of philosophy and psychology. That's very confusing for people. And if you want to get a job, that's not the way you do it. Okay? Let's be clear. Let's put this issue to bed. When you market yourself, you need to specialize. You need to be clear about what you do and who you're doing it for. Be very clear. The clearer, the better. There's a Mad Men episode when he said, you need to decide on one thing. Say one thing and one thing only. He would make the client sign the contract, and they would put an and in there. He said, and that's two things. I just want you to say one thing. However, in your life, you should aspire to learn as much as you can about as many things as your heart desires to learn. There's no problem with it. There's no penalty for that. If anything, that's going to help you in the pursuit of your one thing. That's it. Got it? Are we clear?
Got it.
All right, we're going to move on. Okay? Zoom people. Let's go back to you, Zoom people. In the pursuit of I think I said thing. Brian is up next. That's Brian, go ahead and unmute yourself. Got it? Are we clear?
Got it.
All right. Brian, what do you want to say? Okay. Zoom people.
Well, let's see. I started.
Let's go back to you, Zoom people. In the pursuit. I think I said Brian is up next. Brian, go ahead and unmute yourself. Got it? Are we clear?
Got
I
it.
learned.
All right. Brian, what do you want to say? Okay.
How to do Photoshop, how to do all that through online and through watching your videos, and it can be done because I'm running my own business right now, and it's mostly because of your help and stuff from online that I've learned. So I just want to say thank you, and if there's anything that can be done, as long as you put your mind through it, it will happen, and you will accomplish it.
Well, thank you, Brian. Thanks for saying that. I appreciate it. And I'm obviously in agreement with you here. And I will say this. If you just look at what you spend the most time on, that's who you are. That's what you do. So if you spend a lot of time eating Cheetos, well, then you're a Cheetos eating person. If you spend a lot of time reading philosophy, then you're a philosopher. That's just whatever you spend your time and put your attention to, you become. If you want to be successful, you focus on the things that are going to make you successful. Plain and simple, okay? Awesome. Thanks very much. All right, switch to active speaker, and I'm gonna go to grid view here. Okay, let's. What do you guys think? Do you guys want to talk about the marketing parts and how that might have changed or influenced anything? You guys want to debate any of that with me, Zoom people? Go ahead. Okay, I see a physical hand raised, and that's Rob. Rob, go ahead and unmute
What
yourself.
do you guys think?
Do you guys want to talk about?
And I'm gonna let you
the
on this call,
marketing parts
even
and
though
how-
you don't have a mask, Rob.
Yeah, I'm
Shame.
sorry, Chris. I'm
Shame.
sorry. I let you down, man.
Shame. Okay, go ahead.
No, I absolutely agree with you. I think I went to a pretty good design school, and they I would say they elevated design to an art. And combining art and marketing is kind of scary for a lot of people. So I think if, you mentioned on a call that everything is marketing, everything is selling at one point. And I think if you can take that approach with design and apply it to marketing with an exact goal, it's really powerful. And I think in that world, using design and your capabilities with design and communication can have an enormous, it's a really strong lever to pull in that world.
Yeah.
As a marketing lever, design is probably the strongest one you have. You just have to know that you're applying it in a marketing world.
I like that. And do you do marketing, by the way?
That's what I'm working on.
Awesome.
I'm working on it now.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Here's what I want to say about this to my friends in the design and creative community is that we often see people kind of in these silos, right? We kind of break it down like, oh, that's what the product designers are doing, or that's what the web kids are doing. And I'm going to stay here in my little comfortable bubble in design. And I think what we need to do is to learn to break down those walls to the silos and learn from what they're doing. And let's go to them. Let's not wait for them to come to us, okay? So the marketing people, they may not have the design sensibility. Maybe their sense of style and taste isn't really where yours is at. And maybe they don't have the same technical skills and the foundational skills of making really great, striking visuals. Their campaign needs something. Instead of sitting there in your spot waiting for the marketing people to figure out what to do, maybe you start to learn the language of marketing and what they do and kind of cross over a little bit. I don't mean to say to take over their entire department, but the more you can speak their languages or language, and the more languages you can speak in terms of marketing, web, business, product design, app development, entrepreneurship, the more conversations you can have with people. Plain and simple. Thanks very much, Rob, for chiming in. Okay, I'm going to go back to gallery view here. Okay, who else wants to say something? Are we good? Okay, Francisco, let me, go ahead, dude. Unmute yourself and go. Let me see. I'll unmute you. Okay, go ahead. Talk to me.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man.
Hello, my name is Francisco. I am from Chile.
Welcome.
South America.
Francisco?
I believe that a designer must have some self-discipline because some months ago I was giving a talk on a university, and I asked all the students if any one of them was following a tradition of them families. Like, this is a family of lawyers, you have to be a lawyer. This is a family of doctors, you have to be a doctor. And that don't happen when you want to be designer. You are designer because you want to be designer, not because your family tells you that. So if that is the case, you must become a great, or at least a good designer by yourself discipline. You cannot be lazy about that.
Okay.
That's my
love it.
That's my thinking.
Thank you very much and welcome to the show, Francisco from Chile. And I love the Bruce Lee poster in the back. That's an icon of discipline, right? Of achievement. You guys see that? There he is. Wah! All right. There it is. Okay. You guys see that right there? Cool. All right. Switch to active speaker. Let me get you out of this. Okay, let's keep going here, and then we'll open it up for like all bananas type of discussion. Okay, guys? I'm going to go back to my Photoshop screen here. Share Photoshop. Where are you? Boom. All right. Let me hit tab, create a new layer. So now we're going to get into the last part, and then we can look at how these three parts overlap. The last part is entrepreneurship. What a long word. Can you guys say entrepreneurship?
Entrepreneurship.
Aaron?
I can't say that word.
Oh,
no.
come on.
Really? Come on.
Yeah, you can. All right, entrepreneurship. All right, let's cut to my screen. Here we go. Okay, I did not go to business school, so I'm trying to figure out how to talk about this in a way that makes sense to people, right? Let me hit tab there. Why is that going away? Okay. And I'm trying to figure out and reverse engineering what it is that I know. So let's just first call it like business 101. What are the basic fundamentals of business? And probably we need to have a little bit of accounting. This is going to be like really boring stuff, you guys, but stuff that I think you need to know. Accounting. Maybe there's a class that you need to learn how to write a business plan.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
We're having a problem with the
Live video
live
interrupted
video, yeah.
broadcast.
Fix it.
I'm on it.
So the business plan, and maybe we need to learn how to write and create investor decks. That's going to be important for us to raise capital. Zoom, you guys are still good. You can see this, right? And then I'm thinking, maybe, speaking of decks, maybe you have to learn how to design keynote decks. Nancy Duarte has a very successful career just helping others writing decks. Okay? How to communicate an idea in slide form using something like Keynote or PowerPoint. And then next up is probably going to be management courses, how to manage projects. So that's probably like lean and agile stuff that you hear a lot of people in Silicon Valley talk about. New ways of project management, agile. You probably need to learn how to negotiate. You guys tracking along with this, okay? Are we back up, you guys?
We're just down on Facebook.
Just down on Facebook?
Yeah.
Facebook fail? Okay. We need to learn how to produce projects. And I'm going to call it bidding and estimating.
Oh, we're back.
We have to figure out customer service.
All right, great. Okay, we're back.
Thank you. I heard Molly say that. Customer service. We have to learn about sales. And in the business world, sales and marketing. So there's a different need there. What else do we need to know? Maybe how to pitch and present. Those seem to go hand in hand.
Yeah, like some people skills.
Presentation. What do you mean people skills?
Working with, I guess that kind of
Is
goes
this a communication?
With, like, negotiation.
Okay. Well, I'm going to add two things in here that I think might surprise people a little bit. I'm going to put in psychology.
Yeah, I think that's a really important one, man.
And philosophy.
Those are my two favorite ones.
Are they?
Yeah.
Philosophy. Throw us some philosophy knowledge bombs here.
What's a philosophy knowledge bomb?
Yeah. Can you pull something out?
A knowledge bomb, dude? Or what do you... I don't know.
Those
Put
are
me
your
on the
favorite
spot.
subjects.
I don't know.
Like Mark is pulling out the Henry Ford quote.
That was a little too philosophical.
Can you say philosophical? All right. I think we need to learn how to debate. I love to debate. Some would consider me a master debater. Debate and critical thinking. Critical thinking.
Critical thinking.
Critical thinking. How's that? What are we missing, you guys?
Someone said budget planning, but I think that goes into accounting.
Okay, budget planning. Yeah, accounting. That would go into business plan too, when you organize your business that way. All right. Anybody on the internet want to chime in on this? Anybody? How does this feel? How to produce projects, psychology, philosophy. Did I put pitching in here? Yeah, pitch. Presentation. Oh, I forgot one. How about public speaking?
Yeah, what about like managing people, like talking to people?
Yeah, I put management in here.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Management and producing. What else? What else do you think you need to learn to be a successful business person?
Communication skills.
Communication. Okay, I'll put in communication.
Along with public speaking.
Communication. Good. Does the internet have anything to say? They're always so smart after the fact.
See, someone said.
What did it say?
People management, vision, mission, values.
It's all business plan stuff.
Yeah.
How to network.
Talking without a
Networking.
script.
Networking. Could we put that in sales and marketing? But I'll put networking in here.
Talking without a script.
public
yeah, like
speaking.
off the cuff, just like
That's communication, though.
Communication,
speaking
public
your
speaking.
mind, whatever.
What else?
Someone said leadership.
Vision, mission, values.
Yeah.
People,
So,
process,
let
and
me do
product.
Empathy,
Shut the front door, Aaron.
leadership, knowledge, planning.
So you can start with your mission. That's what you stand for, right? And then you have a vision for the future. And your values define you. I get that. What else?
Ooh, legal skills.
Some legal stuff?
Info.
My goodness.
Contracts, law.
Legal. Okay. Contracts.
I like crisis management.
Jeez.
Yeah,
You got-
TCOB.
Just dealing with issues.
Taking care of business.
That's deep, Aaron.
You wanted a philosophy bomb, there it is.
There it is. Boom. You came in strong there. Okay. How does that feel, you guys? Is that overwhelming?
A little bit.
That is a lot of
That's
stuff.
a lot of stuff.
Okay. As we did before, let's take a minute here, you guys, and go off and mentally check off the things that you think you have some handle on, okay? Look at this. Business 101, accounting, business plan, investor decks, keynote decks. Now, I'm not talking about how to design them, but I'm more focused on what they're supposed to be doing. What is your keynote deck supposed to be doing? Management, lean, agile, managing people.
You should be communicating with your audience.
Right? Negotiate. I'm going to write people in here because some of the people keep mentioning that. Managing people. Negotiating. Legal, contracts, how to produce projects, bidding and estimating. That's a tough one. Understanding what good customer service is and what that can do for your business. Sales and marketing, pitching, presentation, psychology, philosophy, debating, critical thinking, public speaking, communication, networking, crisis management. What a list. Okay, let's go.
With all this, we need some time management too.
Prioritization.
Yeah, okay. So maybe we'll put in here facilitation, okay? Maybe
Like it.
that takes care of everything, facilitation. Okay. Now, I want you guys, the three of you, not Otto, obviously. What percentage would you grade yourself in terms of like what you have a mastery or grasp on? What percentage of this list? 10%, 50%, 90%? What's your percentage, you guys? What do you think?
100%.
100% of zero.
Otto is the jack of all trades.
Exactly.
I'd say a little over 50%.
50%. Aaron?
2%.
2%.
Like milk.
Good. Skim milk.
Molly, you're up. What do you think?
I'm thinking.
Don't hurt yourself.
You're the third person here. Molly, you had plenty of time to think.
I mean, 40%.
40%?
40%, get out
Are
of
you
here.
serious? Get out of
Zero.
town.
No, I don't know business. I mean,
Yeah,
I took Business 101.
Oh, yeah.
I-
That's 40% right there.
You took Business 101 where? Where did you take Business 101?
At a business school.
Oh, you went to business school?
No, I'm just kidding. Art center.
Okay. And what else do you know?
I mean, it's like I know Keynote. I know.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to stop you right there. You know how to make a keynote deck, but do you know how to build a keynote deck to persuade people? Do you know what you're trying to say in a keynote deck? I challenge you right there, Molly.
No, yeah, maybe okay. Let me drop my percentage.
Yeah, why don't you drop your percentage?
I'm about like 15.
Keep saying
Yeah. So Molly went from 40% to 15%. I think that's probably.
If you ask her again, it'll go down, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No,
just
it's
keep-
because of the other stuff too in there. If you want to.
Like what? Okay.
Which one do you think you're best at?
Yes,
How about that?
Aaron, you just beat me to the punch. Awesome. Okay, which one do you think you're strongest at right now, Molly? I know
Customer service.
Customer service. Tell me what you know about customer service, Molly.
The
Yeah,
customer's
Molly,
always
tell us.
right.
Oh, there you go.
I disagree.
I
No,
disagree
I mean,
too, actually.
I think it's just about serving, making sure that your worth isn't getting diminished, and you're still serving, like giving the customer what they want. I don't know, and let's see, crisis management.
Wait,
I
no. I don't let you off the hook that fast.
Slipping away.
It's slipping away. That 15% is going to drop really fast.
All
It
right,
really is.
all right.
All right.
Let's ask someone else.
Let me
Chris,
talk
what
about
you?
this.
Which one are you best at?
Well, hold on a second. Let me just talk to you guys about what customer service is. This is not about the client always being right. When I talk about customer service, I'm looking at it like customer service design. How do you design a process that makes it a wonderful experience for your clients? Think about that. That's a very different thing than saying you're always right. That's not what I'm talking about.
That's some cliche stuff
So
right there.
No,
you're
no,
saying,
it's okay. It's okay.
you know, being, you know, not making them wait, like being attentive and.
Yeah, what I say is this. Look at the entire customer journey as they come in contact with you, how they find out, all the way through the bidding, estimating process and when you design, and then what happens after. Did you leave a mint on the pillow? Did you send them a follow-up survey? Did you send them a note on their birthday? There's lots of things you do as part of customer service that we are not normally trained to think about. Because I'm going to be honest with you, when I first started the first couple of years, I thought, wow, I'm doing you a favor. You should be sending customer service stuff to me. That was my entitled kind of 20-something-year-old mentality. It's very different, okay?
Wait, okay, I have a yeah, go ahead, Molly.
No, to defend myself, I feel like I am very aware, you know, like leaving a mint on a pillow, things like that. That's why I rated myself high in customer service.
Okay. It's not that I'm asking you to rate yourself high, but how knowledgeable are you in this thing? Like if I put you on a job tomorrow and said, I need you to improve the entire customer service experience for somebody shopping at Nordstrom, you'd be like, yeah, I'm the expert. I'm ready. I'm your girl. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. Let's keep going here.
Wait, hold on. I have a question. So customer service, it's not about the clients. So it's just making the client feel good throughout the process of them working with you. Is that customer service?
I think customer service is making sure that they walk away feeling satisfied, but also knowing that oftentimes a customer isn't always right. Let me give you guys an example. If somebody comes into you and says to you, you know, I need you to tear out the plumbing and replace these pipes to fix this kind of problem. And if you did that, the customer would be happy at first because you did exactly what they asked you to do. But if you sat down and you really worked it out and you were kind of diagnosing the problem, and you said, you know, it's not really a piping issue, it's something else. Maybe something, the floorboards or the slope is incorrect in terms of the way it's plumbed. Okay? If we fix that, we'll fix your problem. And that's truly getting at the heart of what they want. So sometimes on the surface, the customer says, I need this, but really that's a want and not a need, and you have to be the expert to come in and understand what it is that they need, not what they want.
So you gotta like read between the lines of what they're saying.
I wouldn't
even really want.
I wouldn't even make it that mysterious in terms of reading between the lines. I would just say you need to dig deeper and to show your expertise by trying to truly understand what the problem is and what the objective is. Reading between the lines says you're guessing, and I don't like to guess. Okay?
Okay.
So you would talk, right? Okay. That's it. Let's take a look at it now. I'm going to open it back up, and you're going to see where we began. We began here, okay? The future curriculum of the 21st century creative person, human being, designer, whatever. And I think these are the skill sets that you need. Now, I did not draw these circles in proportion to what I think you need to learn. And you can adjust these circles to whatever size you want. If design is your thing, make that really big. And if entrepreneurship is not that important to you, make it small. But you do need to be aware of some of the business skills that you need to be a successful person in the 21st century. And I said again, if I was king of the world, this is what I would do. And I would probably make them not that different in terms of proportion here. It was just by accident. Any questions or thoughts?
No, I think this is great. I really agree with your circles, and it makes me feel like I'm in the right place.
What place are you in?
Well, under the Christo wing here.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Under the Christo wing. Okay. Anybody else have any thoughts? Does the internet have any thoughts? I'll take any questions, and then we're going to go into the Zoom people.
We have a super chat from Alex Rocca. I want to say thank you to her.
Oh, thanks, Alex.
She says, hi, Chris. I found your channel a few weeks ago. Your content is like a breath of fresh air. I'm just wondering if you know and can recommend any sources like the Futur, but their focus is in the field of interior design and architecture.
Wow. You want to ask me on our channel to tell you about our competitors? No, I'm just kidding. It's cool. I don't know. If I knew anybody that was in interior and architecture, then I would tell you. I promise you. Right? I would.
But thanks for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat. Do you guys mind? Can I take a quick break? I need to do something.
Take a break.
All right. You guys take over the show for a minute.
All right, guys.
Okay, where's our card?
Hey, guys. So where is everybody from? List your locations. where you guys are from around the world.
Oh my God! Hold on, I'm
Hello.
making a mess here.
Hi, hold on.
Who's this? Who's
Just
talking?
give me a second.
Let me see.
Keep yourself muted, all right?
Oh. Okay.
We got
Hello there.
Mumbai, India. Oh, here they all
Alright.
come streaming in.
If you guys want to celebrate your love for the future, we have some T-shirts right here.
People from all around the world. What's up, everybody? Hi, Colombia, Maryland, New York.
Sound.
Comic Sans shirt wins.
Oh, I'll put in the
Thank
link
you.
for Zoom.
Yeah, what shirt do you guys like here?
All right.
Here.
What about 11 minutes?
Oh, Molly, tell them about.
Mario,
are
you need to raise your hand. So I'm gonna call Roberto
Are we back?
and Aaron, okay?
Oh,
And then I'm gonna go
David.
to Marua.
God.
Marua. Okay, make sure you raise your hand digitally.
Fudge. Okay.
You'll figure that out in a second. Just poke around until you figure it out, okay? All right, I'm ready to come back. You guys, hold on. Let me put my earpiece
We'll
back
do it
in.
better next time. guys.
All right, I'm ready. There's some music going on. Let's come back to the show.
All right,
Okay.
coming back.
All right.
Are we back on the show? All right. All right, we're back. We're live on Zoom, guys. Let's continue the conversation here. And I want the conversation to be centered around the design of the future curriculum in terms of like what the ultimate school would look like. So we're going to go to Roberto. Roberto, lower your hand. You're not muted. So let's go. Go ahead, man.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Why
Why is this not
I need to
working?
make sure that you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Of course we can hear you,
I
buddy.
can hear you loud and clear.
Perfect. I'm at lunch right now. So I escaped from work because I want to be like you in the future.
All right. Come at me. What you got?
All right. I want your advice, especially on entrepreneurship.
Wait. Is this around
100%.
curriculum? Or are you just asking me a straight up
Yes.
business? Okay, go ahead. All right, I'm just making sure.
No.
Making sure.
It's around curriculum. It's
All right,
around
go ahead.
curriculum. And I want your advice on where and how to identify a good teacher online or a good place to learn online. I've seen, like the way I found you, I was looking for how to charge for logos
Yes?
and things like that, and that's how I found you. But I want to keep learning. I want to keep learning as far as presentation skills, business 101, things like that. Where do you recommend, or where's a place where can we find things like that, or how to identify someone? I don't want to find someone online that is going to try to sell something to me.
Okay, well, people are going to try and sell you stuff all the time, including us, apparently, because we
Right.
stayed up.
Sure.
My God. All right, that was an awkward segment there. Thanks, guys, for covering for me for half a second there. You guys,
We'll do better next time.
the internet's going to let you have it, I'm
We're
sure.
working on it.
Hey, give it to us.
Progress.
Give
All right,
it
hold
to
on.
us.
All right, yeah, shut your pie hole for a second here. Let's get back to Roberto here. Roberto wants to learn a lot of things like business 101, negotiations, or whatever else he wants to learn. He's like, where's a good place? A great place is books, and we have a book list, and I'm tired of giving you guys the link.
I'll put it up.
There's a book list, and there's 2 of them, and I'll make more like book lists for you guys. You can read the books. You can go to library. You can probably download the digital version, the ebook, and you can start with books, and that's a great place. I want to be honest with you here. I'm just going to level with you. I don't know where good places are to learn this stuff. I poke around on the internet all the time. I'm just going up and down and through my YouTube feed searching for things. And it begins with wanting to know something, right? This is more about how to learn. So be curious. Try to type in words in Google. And one tip I'm going to give you is to be really slow when you type. The predictive text thing, the predictive typing thing is incredible in Google. So sometimes you don't put in the correct phrase, so you get weird answers. So just be slow when you type, like how, marketing or email conversions, something like that. And it'll figure out the rest for you. And then you're going to see what Google thinks are the top 10 hits. And you have to be a good person, good at distilling the information and finding, the top 3 were stupid, 2 of them were promoted, and the number 6 was really good. Yeah. And then you bump into a writer. Everybody put your finger down. I know your fingers are up. You bump into something that's really good and you find a writer, and then you find out more about this writer, and then they wrote this book, or they're going to do a talk in your town, or they're going to be there next month, then I would do that. The other thing I'm going to say, and this is self-promotion. Okay, there's 3 fingers now at me. You're next, and then I'll take you guys. The other thing is this. Are you part of our pro group by any chance?
No, but...
well, what do you want from me now? The people that are in a pro group, there are over 40 videos now in our pro group of the things that you're talking about, where we actually don't just tell you to go read the book. We read the book, we break it down, and we have discussions about what we learned together. All right? That's what people who are in the pro group have access to. We do calls once a week, so things like Business 101, we get into the terminology. We have deep conversations about it. We share bids. We talk about those kinds of things. All right, Roberto, what do you want to say?
Yeah, shut up and take my money.
I love that. Where's the sound effect for that? Shut up and take my money. No, that's too weak for that. Come on, Otto. All right. Okay.
I do. You took a really good point. The first time I found you, the one thing I like about your videos is that you're giving a lot of information. You're giving us a lot of good tips, and I don't know that much about the courses that you're giving on the pro. Whatever the other thing called.
Sure.
But so far, what I've been learning from you, I already got 2 new clients. I'm a freelancer on top of working full time on this place. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Awesome.
And I promise you, I'm gonna buy one of those posters from you.
Oh my God, man! Yeah, don't kill yourself buying a poster from us. You got 2 new clients. Come on, man. All right. You know what? We're going to experiment with the kind of content that we're giving. Most people create content and then there's a paywall. Like right when they're about to tell you the good stuff, after pitching you for 30 minutes, like that guy Ty Lopez, it's like they're pitching you for 30 minutes, right? And then they're like, buy this course. I don't want to do that. People who can afford to buy the products or who want to join the pro group, that's how they support us. People are giving us donations on Super Chat. They log onto our site and they give us donation and they're funding this thing. So we're trying a different model. Pay whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. No obligation. Do whatever you want. Now, let's get into Aaron. Aaron, what do you want to say?
No, I was just wondering, because it sounded like he was asking, Roberto asked, where can I learn business and design? Where can I do that? What's wrong with right here with this? Are we not... Is this not enough, or why do you keep pointing at me, man?
Whose camera is it on?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Multitasking.
It's a multitasking fail right there.
God, dude, come on.
Anyways, yeah. So Roberto, what do you have to say about that? Like, what are we not doing?
Okay, Aaron asked. Just sum it up again, because he can't hear you.
Oh, then who am I talking to?
You're talking to me right now. You're talking to the.
Oh.
He can't hear you on Zoom. Say what you said again.
So like he was asking, where can I learn business and design and things like that? And I was just thinking like, what?
Okay,
right
I
here.
got it. Okay.
All right.
So Roberto, you're gonna have to finish chewing in a second. Aaron is saying to you, where can you learn more about business and design? And so he's like, well, how are we failing you? Aren't you learning about business and design right here, right now?
Yeah.
So go ahead, respond. Roberto, go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I've been learning a lot from you guys, and I do really appreciate your videos. Thank you again. But there's a lot of details on, like, when you're creating your presentation, you're creating your
would you like to see our presentation deck?
Your contracts and things like that. Like I was following what's his name, Jose Caballero.
Yes.
He has some good videos on your channel about non-contrast. I'm sorry, presentations.
Yes.
And I was trying to follow some of those things, but still there's a little questions here and there that I need to search around and see what other people think about that, especially in the industry that we're not covered.
Yeah, okay, so you want very specific details around the things that you're struggling with or things that you need help with. You're not going to get that just searching on YouTube, because we cover lots of topics. And to be honest, because this is a very public format and a forum, there's certain things that are very sensitive that we're just not going to share. There's different rules behind the pro group. We can share. We have an explicit agreement that we're going to share openly, that you need to be sensitive in terms of how this information moves beyond here. Like, you can't go and publicly post and share these decks, okay? Because it's not good for us to do that. Okay, let's keep moving on, all right? So I'm going to... Molly, did you want to say something? Your finger was up too. Everybody's like wagging their finger at me.
Me?
Yeah.
You're Molly.
No.
You are Molly. Okay, all right. Thanks, Roberto. I'm going to switch you out back to gallery view here. Okay. I know somebody keeps telling me it's my turn. It's my turn. It doesn't work like that. Just relax. It doesn't work like that. Okay, I know. I see your camera's on now. Arun Sharma. You ready?
Hi, Chris.
Hey, man.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, you guys, don't ask me if I can hear you. Of course I can hear you.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so actually, there's one thing I want to talk about that you said about design and marketing, that knowing copywriting is a very good addition to being a designer. So I learned this actually the hard way, because when I started working, and I have worked with startups. So basically, there.
Hey, how do you say your name again? Arun. Dude, let's get to it, man. It's a you know. You do it. You're killing me with a story. Why does everybody come on the show and tell me their life story? When I was 2. No, come on, man. Go ahead.
The question I want to ask is, what is the difference between pitch and presentation?
A pitch and a presentation. Okay, that's a great question, because we brought it up. Okay, relevant. All right, here we go. A pitch is when you have to sell somebody your idea. You have to convince them that you're the right choice. Whether you want them to do something, you want them to invest in your company, you want them to hire you, you want them to give you the proposal, whatever it is you want. You're pitching, right? You're selling something. A presentation is, I'm giving you a presentation right now. I'm not selling you anything.
Okay.
That's how I would define it.
Are you not trying to sell someone an idea? Like, you're trying to communicate an idea, sell me an idea, right?
No, I don't think I'm selling you an idea. What am I selling you? The curriculum? What did I just sell you? Tell me what I sold you. I know you guys were selling a minute ago poorly, but what am I trying to sell?
That's true. You're not trying to convince me.
I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just giving you the information I know, and this is personal to me. That's it. All right?
Okay.
So is there anything else, Arun?
No, thank you.
All right, cool. All right, life story, I don't need it. All right, let's go. Okay. Marua, you're up. You raised your hand. You're good. Go ahead. You ready? You're muted or something. Hold on. Unmute yourself. There you go. Okay, what do you want to say? Yes, I can hear you.
I'm just working right now.
Come on.
It's working.
Yes, it's working. Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, finally you're gonna answer my question. It's gonna be a dream come true, actually. Well, my question is, I did study a lot of things in school, but I wanna specific in thing. I have a graphic designer diploma, but after that I specific in a lot of things. How I can manage my time, have shit, yeah, kind of a lot of things. So I have a problem in managing and have that patience and everything. I want to take it in emotion and take it in art.
Okay, time out. What happened here? Where's your question? Oh my God. Where's your question? Well, you know, I have issues with management and time. And oh, by the way, I had a taco for lunch, and it's a 1 hour show. It's a 2 hour show. Let's get to it. Let's do it. Come on, girl. All right. What's your question? Just ask a question. Starts with something that sounds like how, why, do you think, and it ends with a question mark, like your voice goes up. Okay, there's other things are statements. What's your question?
Well, I'm a graphic designer. I love.
Oh my God! All right, I'm gonna give you one more chance. Just
People are cracking up over
the
here.
question. Ask the question. You're killing me.
All right, give her a little space. Let's see
All
if
right.
she can do third try.
Okay,
here.
third try. And get the gong ready. Get the gong effect ready. Okay, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Third try. You ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, how can I find myself like in part of all of them? Like design, there is a lot of things. How I can find myself in them when I love a lot of them.
Okay. See? That wasn't so hard. That wasn't that hard. Yeah, I mean, let's wait. Hey, just relax. Relax. Just deep breaths. Deep breaths. Okay. Okay, meditate. Okay, we're good. She's asking, how can I find myself when I love so many things? Are you lost?
Yeah.
Are you lost?
Yeah, kind of lost.
You're kind of lost. Molly, answer her question. How can she find herself when she is interested in so many things? Molly?
How can she find? She needs. I don't know.
Okay.
What is she best at?
Yeah, like she needs to focus on.
Okay. Now everybody, and the peanut gallery's coming alive. They're gonna tell you the answer in a second here. So, Aaron,
Because I feel the same way. Like I'm kind of lost too. I just
Are you lost?
Was lost.
Are you lost? Okay.
But you just gotta keep trying every
trying?
little thing that pops into your mind, and eventually.
No,
you're
that's
gonna
not the
really
answer.
like
Okay,
something.
who else has got an answer? Anybody?
I think focus on what you're passionate about.
That's kind of what
But
I
if
was
she's
saying.
saying she's passionate about all these things,
Well, then what is she
You gotta
best
you gotta
at?
prioritize.
Because like maybe
That's
she
the
likes
answer.
cooking, but then she sucks
Prioritize.
Prioritize. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. Hold on. Prioritize. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Just relax. First of all, just relax and just listen. Can we do that? Okay. I know you're super excited. I know you're nervous. I know you want to tell me your life story, but let's just relax. Deep breaths. I'm going to tell everybody. I think, Aaron, are you going to cut to me when I'm talking, or are you just going to watch somebody do something? All right. Here's what I think. A lot of people have this problem. Creative people, we enjoy doing so many different things. One day we want to go swimming. The other day we want to build a tent and climb a mountain. We want to design a logo in the dirt. We want to lead expeditions to the Antarctic, whatever it is. We love so many things. So what we have is we have finite time and we have finite energy. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to write a list. Everything I love to do. Wait, can you mute yourself? Since you're not, I'm gonna mute you for you if you don't. Okay, there we go. I want you to make a long list, okay? Long list. Everything you love to do. Lettering, calligraphy. I like philosophy. I like research. I like all these things. Molly, mute everybody else that's not me.
Okay.
Please, thank you. I want you to make this really long list, okay? Write it until your hands bleed. Just everything you love to do in the universe. Just keep writing. Okay. Then, to the right of that, we're going to have two columns. Okay? We're going to have two columns. And the first one is which, maybe it's a measure of impact. Like which one is going to help me create the most impact towards the goal of what I want to do. Like, yeah, I do enjoy eating cotton candy, but it's not going to really help me become a professional creative person. So we're going to score that 1 to 10, 1 to 5, whatever it is. And you just go down a list. And then you want to create a few more attributes in terms of how to score and weight each one. Which one takes a lot of time? So maybe one is about urgency, okay? And you can rank that 1 to 10. And if you could do something that has great impact and is urgent, do it now. Maybe the last column is resources. Do I have the resources on a scale of 1 to 10 to be able to do this? So if I want to lead an expedition to the Antarctic, well, my resources might be at a 1, unless I'm an outfitter, okay, where I have all the gear ready to go. Okay? So you can score all that stuff, and then you can total it, and the thing that has the highest score, the top 3 things that have the biggest impact, that take the least amount of time, that require the fewest number of resources, focus your energy on that. Just go in on that, okay? Does that make sense?
someone said check out the TED Talk on 5 steps for finding yourself.
Okay, so somebody said there's 5 steps for finding yourself so you're not lost, okay? And some of this is just quieting the inner energy. Just calm that down a little bit and you're good. Okay, let's move on, okay? Thanks for coming on the show. All right. There's a couple of hands that are up now. Shoot. Okay, we don't have that much more time. I think we have 10 minutes left, so we're going to have to go fast, okay? So I'm going to let in Rushab. Rushab, unmute yourself. Talk to me. Let's make it fast, guys.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Firstly, I'm a huge fan of your show, and actually getting to talk to you is so. Okay.
Come on, let's get with it. Let's do this.
Yeah. So I'm actually my question to you is I'm planning to get to a design school next year.
Okay,
So
question. What's the question?
Yeah. My question is, so is there anything specifically that you could recommend to me that I can do right now till I get into a design college? Because I feel like I'm wasting my time or not utilizing my time properly. So is there anything specifically that you could recommend?
100%. 100%. Great. Good job. Welcome to the show. Happy to talk to you. Here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Learn the tools. Don't make the time that you spend in class learning Illustrator or Photoshop or After Effects or Premiere. Learn the tools right now. They're very easy to learn because there's tons of resources from articles to how-to videos, all that kind of stuff. Just learn the tools. Become a master of the tools so that whatever you think in your mind, you can just make.
That's such a great tip.
Thank you.
Like what you did in our first assignment.
Okay. Good job. Good question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Let me go back to the next person. Great. If we do it like this, if you guys are that buttoned up as Rashab, we can knock through every single question here. Are you guys ready? All right. I don't even know how to say this person's name, but it's like Sarunas Palianskas. I know I butchered that. Okay.
Hey, mate.
Talk to me.
Hey, mate. Can you hear me?
Of course I can hear you. What's up?
Okay, so basically I'll cut down to the question first. So,
please.
As you said earlier, the self-taught people.
Yes.
They usually have to know a lot of things, and from a personal experience, as I'm a self-taught logo designer. So.
What's your question?
Logo design.
What's your question?
Yeah, so I just wanted to appreciate you and.
Okay, we appreciate it later. Ask your question. You can love me all you want later. Ask your question. Let's go.
I just wanted to see that I also think the same, that self-taught people need to learn a lot of things, and a lot of design things, marketing, and entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So basically, it was not a question. It was a statement.
Okay. Okay.
So
all right.
That's it.
Okay. How do you say your name? Say your name for me, please.
Sharunas Palianskas.
Sharunas? Sharunas?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming on the show and just having a statement. I think you said you agree, so we're in alignment there. All is good. Where are you calling from?
Lithuania.
Lithuania. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow, you may be our first caller from Lithuania, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Okay.
Represent.
And Aaron said enchanté. I don't know.
I said special day.
Oh, special day. I thought Aaron was flirting with you, like enchanté. All right, Aaron, can you walk and chew gum at the same time?
I guess not.
Get your camera game on point, dude. Come on. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna meet you. Who has their hand up? Okay, Robbie, lower hand. Let's go. Let me get you pinned up first. Hold on. What the heck? Robbie, talk to me. What's your question?
Yeah. All right. I was wondering if you got any tips for me to get more views and likes and attention on my Instagram post. I'm talking about design things. So I'm now posting things like full stamping, and I'm doing everything on my own. So do you get any tips, like do a lot of variations or stuff?
Yes. Okay. Robbie's asking, how does he grow his followers on Instagram to get deeper engagement?
Yeah, also not only followers, but more attention. So it doesn't need to be followers, but likes or views. I mean,
Yeah.
people,
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. I heard you. Okay, go ahead and mute yourself. I'm going to tell you right now, have you seen our video on building a social media following? If you haven't, go watch that video right now. That would be the answer to what you're talking about. I go into it, okay? And I will probably be doing more content around social media following and how to build it up. Okay, so just stay tuned for that. Here's the quick tip. Do something that's valuable to your community. If you want more attention from designers, do things that designers want to see more of. And here's the test. The test is this. Would I pay to see your content? Ooh. If you use that filter, you make different decisions. So would I pay to see a picture of you taking a picture of yourself? No. Would I pay to see a picture of your dog? No. But I might pay to see a grid of how you drew a logo. Okay? So what you want to do is show process, show people how you create what you create. Engage with them that way, okay? And it's important too. If you see influential people in the Instagram space, see what they highlight. Do something that they would find valuable. And then if they mention you or feature you or repost something that you've done, your following will blow up, okay? That's all I got for you. We're going to move on. You need to watch the other video, okay? All right. Back to gallery view. You're welcome.
I have a quick question.
Go ahead, Molly.
It's back to the curriculum.
Hold on.
Part.
Somebody on Zoom, mute yourself.
Jason has a quick question. Where does strategy fall into the context of the Venn diagram in the curriculum?
Where does what?
Strategy.
Strategy is the intersection of all those things. Okay? Now, strategy is a way for us to help our clients achieve their goal. So if you need to help solve a marketing problem, the strategy will get you there. If you need to solve a revenue problem, you can use strategy to help build an investor deck so that they get funding, Series B, Series whatever, right?
Can we cut to your diagram again real quick?
Yeah, we can cut to my diagram, but you need to mute everybody again, Molly.
Oh, okay.
They're not paying attention. Hold on, I have to hit escape. Wait, hold on, something funny is happening here.
I muted everyone.
Okay, thank you. There's my diagram. Is this the diagram you're talking about?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, there it is. Now, what do you want to talk about?
Oh, he just wanted to know where strategy fell into that place.
So you're saying it's in the middle of all three?
Well,
a little gray area.
Yeah, what's that little gray area there in the
that's
middle?
the golden section, dude. That's the unicorn nirvana. That's where the mana is. That's the umami.
Is that where you're at right now?
That's the goal.
I'm working towards that. I think so. I'm working towards this little area right here. That's where I want to be.
That looks like a cool concentric circle little thing going on there.
Yeah? Magic beach ball?
Yeah.
All right.
An
Okay.
atom.
Atomic something, yeah. And maybe there's like these little satellites. Aaron?
What are those?
Like this atomic structure.
But what do they mean in terms of your Venn diagram here? Design, marketing,
I don't know. Maybe they're your hobbies. Maybe they're your values, your beliefs. There's
Your
other things that make up.
ex-girlfriend,
It could be your ex-girlfriend. That's fair. Okay, let's get back into the Zoom people. Let me switch back to the Zoom folks. All right. Zoom people. It could be your ex-girlfriend. That's fair.
Next.
Okay,
Let
let's get back into the Zoom people. Let me
just
switch
talk.
back to the Zoom. Monsi, you want to say something, Monsi? All right. Go ahead. Talk to me. And everybody else, mute yourself or I'm going to boot you.
I just muted them.
No, I know.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, how are you? What's your question?
Hi, my question is about people management. So I wanted to ask you if you have any quick tips to share about how I can manage my people better and how I can teach them something which will bring up their level of what they do.
Okay. You want to manage your people better. Are you a creative person? Are you a business person? What are you?
So I started off as a creative person.
Okay.
But now I have a team of about 3 or 4 designers plus 1 copywriter.
How many freelance designers are you managing?
There are no freelancers. There's
Team designers. Okay. How many?
3 of them plus 1 freelance copywriter.
How many are there?
4.
4. So you're managing 4 people. Okay. And you want to coach them up? Is that the thing?
Yeah.
All right. Did you watch our episode yesterday on the live stream about how we broke down teach people what you know?
Yeah, I did.
Was that helpful at all? Just curious.
Yeah, kind of. I have to still go over a lot of things.
Okay. All right. Let's do this. Go ahead and put yourself on mute. I'm going to answer your question. Your question is too deep for me to do in the few minutes that we have, but I'm going to give you the high-level overview. Okay. Here's what you need to do. You have to figure out how you're judging and looking at work. What's the criteria you're using to tell somebody that you love it or that's on strategy or that's off strategy? So what you want to do is create some kind of matrix or rubric. You want to say, well, when I give you something to do, here's the 3 things that I'm looking for. Is it using the colors and the typography of the client's brand or something like that? Whatever it is it on brand? Does it communicate? Does it do it in a creative way? And you can measure that and you can write those things down. So you just want to be able to explain to people, this is what I'm looking for when I'm looking at your work. I also talk about how to manage creative people in the sense that when you ask for something to be done, you have to realize they're scared of you. They want to please you, so they'll tell you just about anything that you want to hear. So you have to then give them permission to say to you, I cannot do this in the time that you've given me to do it. And we've talked about this before. So when I'm working with my creative, I would say something like, I'd like to see 2 concepts for you, and it's going to look like this, this, and that. And I'd like to see it in 4 days. Is that a reasonable amount of time? Can you get it done by then? And you can say no to me, and we can figure out a different solution. Most of the times they say yes. Sometimes they're like, you know what? Somebody else asked me to do something. If you can get rid of that thing, then I can do this for sure. And we negotiate. So I'm having these little negotiations. The other thing I want you to be aware of is this, is to be a great leader, you need to be a great servant leader. You need to serve your people. You need to protect them. You need to look out for their best interests. And you need to feel like, and they need to feel the same, that you are looking out for them. Okay? If you do that, you're going to see the whole dynamic change. Because now you're not the boss telling me what to do. You're actually here, you're helping to lift me up. Okay? It's too deep. I thank you for your question. Not exactly about curriculum design or anything like that, but that's okay. All right. Woo! We're going to finish it on one more. I don't know. Brian, we've already talked to. You have to raise your hand digitally. I can't see you. Jesus, we talked to. DC, are you ready to go, DC?
Who's talking right
Here
now?
we go.
What is that?
I don't know. You can figure it out, Molly.
Oh, here he is.
Darth Vader.
Mute.
Mute him.
Got him.
Okay. I'm going to unmute you, DC. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I heard a while ago that you guys you have a question about the core group. So how do I join that?
The core group. Oh, okay. You want to join the core group? This is a simple answer. There are different core groups. There's the core tribe. So anybody that purchases core can join the core tribe for free. And we'll add you, okay? There's a pro membership, which is $75 a month. All you have to do is pay and you can get in, okay? That's how simple it is. It's not a free thing.
Could we show a little bit of it here?
Yeah, go ahead. Cut to it.
All right, Molly.
Were you ready? Okay, and I will take on, let's see, who else? I can't see page 2. Let me see page 2. No? Okay. When Molly's ready, you guys can cut to her screen. Let's talk to... Okay, we're going to end it. Look, AG is like going bananas here. Are you waving goodbye to me or you want to talk to me, AG? Do you know how to raise your hand, AG? Are you saying goodbye?
So in this older version of Zoom, there's no hand raise option.
Really? Okay, fine. Go ahead. What's your question?
So what's sequential design and is it applicable only for motion designers? I mean, what do you do?
Great question.
How do you use it?
Okay, perfect. So AG is asking, what is sequential design? And is it only for motion graphics people? All right, and I want to answer that question. So go ahead and mute yourself. Okay. Sequential design to me is the art and practice of telling stories over a series of images. So the clearest example that comes to my mind is a storyboard. That's everybody's thinking, so it's a motion graphics thing. But if you're flipping through a brochure, isn't that a series of images and text that's designed to tell a story? So my wife and I, we do this quite often. So we go on vacation. I'm the family photographer. I'm the documentarian. I'm always taking pictures. At the end of each vacation, she tries to put together a photo album of just that trip. And so she's arranging the photos in a sequence to tell a story. And in that process, I'll sit down and talk to her, and it's like, this should be the establishing shot because we don't know where we are. What are we doing? And are there other things that you can cut into the sequence of images to tell a different part of the story, to add texture, layer, and meaning to it? So I think a super valuable skill to anybody that's in the business of communication, which is all graphic designers, you should study sequential design. Yesterday we talked about sequence design for a wedding videographer, and I was able to talk about concepts that immediately resonated with Molly, Mark, and Aaron. How do I know how to do that? Where did I teach that? I taught that in sequential design. Okay? So I hope that helps you out. I'm not saying that you need to learn sequential design to become a motion design storyboard artist. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, good question. Thank you very much. I think we need to wrap up the show, you guys.
Let's wrap it up.
I'm getting parsed and I'm hungry.
Cut to my screen.
Oh yeah, we wanted to mention about the Future Pro Group.
Go ahead.
Here it is.
I'm getting parsed and I'm
You can just
hungry.
go to the website, the Future.
Oh yeah, we wanted to mention
about
go to
the
shop.
Future Pro
You go to
Group.
shop. Go ahead.
Yeah, and check out the Future. Here it is.
I'm getting parsed and I'm
You can just
hungry.
go to the website, the Future.
Oh yeah, we
go
wanted
ahead.
to mention
about
go to
the
shop.
Future
You
Pro
go to
Group.
shop. So you're gonna go to thefuture.com. You're gonna go to shop, and under shop is the Future Pro membership. And you can scroll up to the top. You see what it looks like. And go to shop. Okay, so you're gonna go to thefuture.com. You're gonna go to shop, and under shop is the membership. And you can scroll up to the top. You see what it looks like. About what you guys are gonna go to shop. Okay, so you're gonna go to thefuture.com. You're gonna go to save. Someone in parsed, and entrepreneurship is a lonely endeavor. Who do you go to when you have questions and issues about how to manage somebody, if you need to fire somebody, or if your decks are even right? Is your budget even correct? Well, I want to change some of those rules. I want to create a community for entrepreneurs, and there's a reason why it's $75 a month, because I don't want just about anybody to join. Okay? I'm echoing? Mute everybody again. Mute everybody.
Okay.
Okay, wherever it's coming from, just mute it, okay? And so that's why we created the Future Pro Group, and that's what it's all about. All right, guys, I want to thank every single person. Are you guys ready for the outro?
Ready.
Okay. I want to thank every single person for tuning in live and on Zoom. And even if I was current with you guys, every single person. Are you guys ready for the outro? Appreciate you guys. Okay. I want to thank every single person for tuning in live. And I just want to end Zoom. I just want to end it. Can we get on my? Yeah, I just want to end this whole episode on this thought. Okay? You are not defined by your past. The future is what you make it. Bye. See you guys next time.